What's going on, guys? Mike from FDT-TV here. Another preview show, another disappointing result against Wolves at the weekend. Could there be more misery on the cards as we take a trip to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday? Let's have a look. What's going on, guys? Thanks very much for joining me for this preview show. It's a game which has a lot of meaning to us Arsenal fans. Coming up against our bitter rivals Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs potentially having the advantage with the home crowd being in. Granted, it's only 2,000 people, but it's definitely 2,000 more people than what we've got. We've had a series of poor results already this season. I'm very disappointed with how we're playing. There seems to be no kind of comeback. And is there going to be more misery installed upon the players after this weekend? I hope not. I hope this is the chance that the players take and decide that they actually want to turn up for a game. And what better game to turn up than against your rivals? The head-to-head over the history of the Arsenal Spurs fixtures, it's a slightly better reading than over the last couple of seasons. So our overall head-to-head record is 82 wins, 54 draws and 65 losses in all competitions. Over the last 3 seasons in the Premier League, we've recorded 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. As we all know, Spurs currently sitting on top at the moment with 21 points and Arsenal way down in 14th with only 13 points after 10 league games. Do we have to be worried that Spurs will actually win the league this year? I know I'm certainly worried. So I'm just going to go into my predicted formation for this weekend's game. And here it is. So as you can see, I've reverted back to the 5-2-3 formation, or the 3-2-2-2-1 formation. Yeah, so I think coming up against Spurs, we know we're going to have some difficulties in the likes of Son and Harry Kane, who have been on fire this year. We've also seen the additions of Vinicius, I think his name is, and he's looked pretty deadly. Lo Celso, Reguilon, to name a few players, all I think are going to pose a challenge for Arsenal this weekend. I have gone back to the back 5 for this game. Obviously, with the horrific injury to Raul Jimenez, that's put David Luiz potentially out of action. I know they are taking precautions as it stands at the moment. I have seen that he has passed the 48-hour checkpoint and there doesn't appear to be any long-term issues. It's just trying to get David Luiz's head to heal. So he'll be out in the game against Rapid Vienna, possibly, but very unlikely to be back for the game against Spurs. As a central defender, Mikel Arteta said it the other day, central defenders need to be able to head the ball, and if you've got stitches in your head, etc., it's going to make it very difficult for him to be able to get involved in the game, and it could only take another knock, and it could actually be targeted by players if he's already got a significant injury. So I would leave him out. Depending on how he comes back at the end of this week, obviously due to be assessed, we may see him on the bench, but I highly doubt it. So as you can see, I've gone for Tierney, Gabriel and Rob Holding at the back. I was actually toying with the fact of potentially Mustafi being in the defence. He could potentially pull out one of the performances of the season. He knows what it's like to play against Spurs. He's done it before. But I think the boss is going to start off with Rob Holding. We've seen this back 5, or we've seen the back 5 formation played quite frequently this year. I have actually gone slightly different with Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Tierney. So Tierney holding up the central defenders' positions, and I've got Bellerin and Ainsley Maitland-Niles out on the wing. The reason I've gone for Ainsley Maitland-Niles, obviously we're lacking cover in the centre-back positions. I do think that Ainsley Maitland-Niles has got a bit of pace about him. Granted, he can be a bit hit and miss, but I do think he's going to be the better one, as he's got a bit of pace about him to get up and down the wings. In essential midfield positions, I've gone for the boss's faithful of Granit Xhaka and Dani Ceballos. We've seen Mohamed El Neni come back from isolation period. I think he's going to be used in the game against Rapid Vienna, so I think we will need to rest these 2 players and give Spurs hell at the weekend, and these 2 need to definitely up their game. Granit Xhaka has pulled out a few poor performances recently, as has Dani Ceballos, but I think I'm hoping that this is going to be the game that they shine with Danny Ceballos. We've seen him pay some key passes, certainly towards the back end of last season. He was one of the most outstanding players that we'd had for a long while, and I can see why the boss wanted him back. But that being said, I think he needs to up his game a bit and pull out a performance. I have gone for Aubameyang and Willian out on the wings. The reason being is because they have got a bit of pace and flair about them. Alex Lacazette has historically had some goals against Spurs, and I think his hold-up play could be invaluable at the weekend. Obviously, with Pepe being still suspended due to the red card against Leeds, we still don't have him back in the squad. And again, Willian knows the fixture against Spurs. He's played against Spurs quite a few times with Chelsea. He got the assist for Gabriel at the weekend, and hopefully we can see more of the same, potentially with Alex Lacazette getting a bonus on it, and Aubameyang being able to cut in, and with his trademark shot that we have seen quite frequently. I am a little bit worried about this game, as I said at the start of the video. The Spurs seem to be on a brilliant form at the moment, and they're scoring goals for fun. Not really leaking that many goals just recently, but I do hope that the boys put in a performance to warrant wearing the shirt, but they should be pulling out a performance to please the fans. This is a do or die game. We can't go another game defeated. I'm going to try something new this week. I've tried my formation in FIFA 21, and I'm just going to show you the clips of what has happened with my predicted lineup. I've just used the stock Spurs team that was available at the time. I haven't made any changes, but this is my formation against Spurs. Let's jump into it. So there it is, guys. That's the FIFA 21 prediction. It doesn't look good. Granted, I know it's a game. Just for the record, I wasn't playing it. I was just set to the controllers to neutral, just to let the game go out on current form. To be honest, I think it could be a true reflection of what happens, not necessarily the goal scorers or the types of goals, but I definitely think that could be the result for the weekend. I hope not. I'm hoping for an Arsenal 2-1 win, a performance to make us proud. Let's get November out of the way now. New month, new Arsenal, new mentality. Let's start climbing up the table, get some goals, be more creative, and hope for a win on Sunday. Come on, you Gunners!
Right guys, thanks for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe. See you next time.